Oh, go figure. I got a call right as the live started. Awesome. So I was gonna do this daily, consistent in the morning after my morning talk with God, however you'd want to say it. And then I didn't. Yep, true story. So I'm getting back into the routine. I think this is day number 3, episode number 3. Yes. Uh, so altogether, we've had like I forgot the number. We are in the thousands of views on people watching me read the Bible and struggle with the Old English. Oh, hey, introduction. I haven't read the Bible in 25 years. Last time I read the Bible, it was I was a young teenage punk, and as an adult, um, I have a hard time with Old English. I overanalyze stuff, and it drives me nuts. I end up rereading paragraphs a few times over, or thinking too much about the paragraphs. Dissecting it too much. That resistance, that slowness, that cognitive processing delay, um, that resistance has blocked me or inspired me not to read the Bible for a long time. Then I got into the Bible app. I've been reading the Bible app consistently for a year, probably more. I was baptized 2 years ago, so this whole Christian faith journey, it's all brand new to me, or relatively new. Yep. I'm a statistician. I'm a mathematician for work. I've been a hardcore scientist the vast majority of my adult life. Um, yeah. So I've switched camps. Now I'm on the other side. Um, yeah, baptized 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm just going to get into it. 100%. I'm a statistician. I am a stoic statistician, and I have seen miracles this year. Unexplainable stuff. Statistically improbable, to the extreme. Awesome. Let's get into it. I did not validate where I left off last time. I'm going to do it anyway. Whatever. Why? Because I'll come up with a bunch of excuses if I don't just do it now. Well, it's the little Jesus on my shoulder is telling me to. Sweet. Noah and his sons. The sons of Noah who went out of the boat were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Oh, God. I've heard it pronounced too, and I just can't think of it. No idea. Japhin? Oh, maybe. That sounds about right. Ham was the father of Canaan. These 3 sons of Noah were the ancestors of all people. Noah, who was a farmer, was the first man to plant a vineyard. After he drank some of the wine, he became drunk, took off his clothes, and laid naked in his tent. When Ham, the father of Canaan, saw that his father was naked, he went out and told his 2 brothers. Then Shem and Japheth, yeah, that sounds good, took a robe and held it behind them on their shoulders. They walked backwards into the tent and covered their father, keeping their faces turned away so as to not see him naked. Are they saying Noah got drunk, passed out? It's sure what it sounds like. Which happens. It's kind of how wine works, right? When Noah sobered up and learned what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "A curse on Canaan. He will be a slave to his brothers. Give praise to the Lord, the God of Shem. Canaan will be a slave of Shem. May God cause Japheth to increase. May God cause Japheth to increase. May his disciples live with the people of Shem. Canaan will be the slave of Japheth. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years and died at the age 950. What just happened? I don't understand any of that. What? So Noah got drunk, passed out, and then his son covered him up as like a decent thing because they walked in backwards, right? And then he got cursed for that? Why? Somebody explain. I don't get it. I'm going to read these comments, then I'm going to go on. To the descendants of Noah's sons, Sons. To recap, I haven't read the Bible in 25 years. I don't remember any of this. Like, it's all coming across as new. I've been reading the Bible app all year, like every day all year. But that's just little segments. Awesome. How are you? I'm doing awesome. I told myself I was going to do this every day, and then I went 3 days and then skipped. We had some boxing matches up in Duluth this weekend. That's my excuse. Awesome. Ain't no. I don't know what you're talking about, but my first impression is reading it and try to interpret it is a waste of my time. I'm moving on. Awesome. Welcome. God bless you all. Alrighty. The descendants of. To recap, I have a heck of a time in the Bible, so much so. I haven't done it in 25 years. I was locked up in solitary confinement as a juvenile delinquent last time I read the Bible from start to finish. Why? Because I had a bunch of time on my hands. Yep. And in that time, before I drank that Christian Kool-Aid, 100% there was a voice that said, now is the time to stop. And then, I became like a good human being from that point forth. Yep. In my current Christian perception framework, I'm putting like a lens, the Christian glasses or whatnot. How I'm perceiving that, like God told me to be decent, and then I was decent for my entire adult life. Yep. Awesome. The descendants of Noah's sons. These are the descendants of Noah's sons: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I think that was my closest pronunciation so far. The sons of Japheth: Gomer. Oh God, this is just gonna suck. Meg, Muduai, Javan. Oh hey, I know that one. I used to work with the Javan. Tabal, Miche, and Terius were the ancestors of the people who bear their names. The descendants of Gomer. Is it Gomer Pyle? Awesome. Were the people of Asher. Moving on. Right. Oh my God. Speaking of frustration with the Bible, the names are like impossible to pronounce for me. And Togermat. Yeah. Nuclear. The descendants of Jonathon were the people of Elijah, Spain, Cyprus, and Rhodes. You hear that? That was that correct pronunciation, 4 words in a row. Awesome. And they were the ancestors of the people who lived along the coast of the islands. These are the descendants of Japheth, living in their different tribes and countries, each group speaking its own language. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Libra, and Canaan were the ancestors of the people who bear their names. The descendants of Cush were the people of oh my God. Oh yeah, was that ironic? I think so. The descendants of Cush were the people of Sibi, Halava, Ram, and Sabetica. The descendants. I'm just gonna power through it. Like this is why I don't do it. It drives me nuts. Or it's hard. It's hard to do. Yeah. All right. Issue is on me, because if I sounded my way through them all, problem solved. But my ADHD disagrees with that. I'm starting here. By the Lord's help, he was a great hunter, and that is why the people say, "May the Lord make you as a great hunter as Nimrod." At first, his kingdom included Babylon, Erech, and Akkad, and all 3 of them into Babylonia. From the land he went into Ashura and built the cities of Nineveh, Roboth, Ira, Ken, and Rezin, which is between Nimef, Nimef and the great city Kalhai. Yep. The descendants of Egypt were the people of Lydia, En, Lehab, Naphith, Parus. I'm just going to keep going. I guarantee I'm not pronouncing any of these right. And Crete, from the whom the Philistines are descended. Canaan's sons, and it's just Genesis that's like this, isn't it? Where it's heavy on the ancestral lineage kind of stuff. I think it eases up here at some point. Hopefully soon. Yep. Were the ancestors of the people who bear their names. Canaan was the ancestor of Gibeus and the Amorites, the Gerasaphites, and the Hivites. Oh, hey, I think I did that one right. The Archites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zermites, and the God, I'm picturing Doug trying to pronounce all these. Awesome. The different tribes. Moving on. The different tribes of the Canaanites spread out until the Canaanite borders reached from Sidon southward to Jair near Gaza. Nailed it. And eastward to Sodom, Gomorrah, Ahim, and Zebulun near Nesh. These are the descendants of Ham, living in their different tribes and countries, each group speaking its own language. Holy crap, that was laborsome. I'm nearly positive I lost some brain cells in the process. I've heard other people talk about their frustrations with the lineage portions there, so I know I'm not the only one. Yes. And what do? Can't skip it, right? Like, and I'm just thinking on the fly here. I picture it like a cultural thing, right? Like it's these lineages are in here because at that point in time, through that frame, that chronologically dependent frame of reference, these lineages matter more then than they do now, which is why it was so important to document. Yep. But because we cannot empathetically or we cannot accurately perceive previous perceptions from our chronologically dependent present time period. A person today can only guess what it was like 2,000 years ago. It is impossible for us today to know what those people were going through. Why? Because the environment changes, the contextual information changes, right? If you're around dying all the time, dying isn't that big a deal, right? Or if you're around disease and all that other stuff, struggling to get water and food, right? Those impact how you see the world. It changes your perception, right? And the variance, the delta between, a perception 2,000 years ago and the perception today is infinite, ginormous, right? Super interesting. So that's my take on why the lineage is so important, which I've heard I already know the answer. Right? Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it good on this one. Yeah, maybe I need a nap after going through all those names. Yeah, awesome. All right, well, I didn't really want to do this, but I missed the last few days. I told myself I was going to do this every day, and then I got busy and didn't do it. So this was just breaking the seal again and getting back into it. I'll do something more passionately tomorrow. Hopefully with less names to pronounce. Awesome. God bless you all.